Sir Galen stood at the edge of the vast, desolate wilderness that separated him from his homeland. The once prominent knight had been exiled years ago, branded a traitor for a crime he did not commit. His voice, tinged with determination, broke the silence of the desolation. "I must return. The time for exile is over." His bio-nanotechnological armor clung to his frame, a marvel of engineering that whispered with untapped potential. "This suit," he mused to himself, "it holds the key to my redemption." As he spoke, the nanosuit's sensors detected the hostile terrain, and it responded by shifting and adapting. It hardened to protect against sharp rocks, and his boots transformed into specialized treads for navigating the treacherous landscape. Galen's exile had been harsh, but it had allowed him time to unlock the secrets of this remarkable technology. "I understand you now, my friend," he said to the nanosuit, a hint of gratitude in his voice. As he took the first step into the wilderness, his thoughts turned to the oppressive regime that now ruled his homeland. They had harnessed advanced cognitive enhancements, granting their leader, Galen's old friend Alaric, godlike powers of manipulation and control. "Alaric," Galen muttered, "what have you become?" In the solitude of the wilderness, Galen knew that defeating Alaric and dismantling the regime was a task beyond any ordinary knight. Yet, he had no choice but to try. He had been driven to this point by his deep sense of duty and the knowledge that he could not continue to live in exile while his homeland suffered under Alaric's rule. The thought of redemption was his guiding light. "The time has come," Galen declared, "to right the wrongs and confront the shadows of the past." With those words, he embarked on his journey, each step a testament to the versatility of his nanosuit and the unwavering determination that burned within him. The dense, unnatural forests seemed to close in around Sir Galen and his companions as they moved stealthily through the undergrowth. Their bio-nanotechnological armor adapted, providing them with the perfect camouflage. It was as if the very nanosuits they wore had become one with the verdant world around them. "We must stay vigilant," Galen murmured to his companions. "The regime's reach is long, and their surveillance unrelenting." Kael, the skilled archer, nodded in agreement. "We've encountered resistance fighters in these woods before. We are not alone in this fight." Indeed, as they pressed forward, they encountered pockets of brave souls who had not given up hope. These rebels shared valuable information about the regime's activities and the best paths to avoid detection. Yet the closer they came to their homeland, the more oppressive the regime's control became. Propaganda blared from hidden speakers, filling the airwaves with lies and twisted truths. "They've twisted the truth beyond recognition," Galen muttered, his jaw clenched in frustration. "We must make it to the heart of the regime's power and expose their lies." Their determination carried them forward until they found themselves in the midst of a dense skirmish. An army of heavily armed warriors, enhanced by their own technological augmentations, confronted them. The battle was fierce, with the clash of swords and the thunder of gunfire echoing through the forest. Lady Elysia, the brilliant scientist, used her resonance technology to augment their defenses. She shouted over the chaos, "Hold the line! We can't let them push us back!" But tragedy struck amidst the chaos. A stray projectile found its mark, mortally wounding Lady Elysia. Her pained cry filled the air as she fell to the ground. Galen and Kael, grief-stricken but resolute, redoubled their efforts. They pressed forward, their faces etched with sorrow and determination. The memory of Lady Elysia's sacrifice would fuel their resolve as they continued their journey to confront the oppressive regime and honor her memory. Under the cover of a thick, concealing mist, Sir Galen and his companions, their nanosuits seamlessly adapting to their surroundings, moved with the precision of shadows towards the imposing fortress. The silence was broken only by the faint hum of their suits' advanced technology, their only ally in this treacherous mission. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the regime's stronghold, their eyes bore witness to the regime's chilling control over the population. Citizens moved with a mechanical cadence, their thoughts seemingly enslaved by Alaric's cognitive enhancements. Galen clenched his fists, his resolve deepening. This tyranny had to end. Their journey led them to the inner sanctum, a chamber filled with a web of cables and interfaces that connected Alaric to a vast network of information. He sat upon a throne of technological marvels, an embodiment of power and control. Galen's companions exchanged tense glances, knowing that their confrontation with Alaric was imminent. Galen's voice, a whisper among the echoing machinery, broke the silence. "Stay close, and remember our purpose. We must dismantle this regime for the sake of our homeland." With a thought, Galen activated the nanosuit's interface, a subtle surge of energy coursing through him. The resonance technology linked him to Lady Elysia's expertise, granting them a unique advantage in the coming battle. In the heart of the regime's fortress, the air hung heavy with anticipation. Galen and his companions stood at the precipice of destiny, their nanosuits poised for action. Alaric regarded them with an eerie calmness, a sinister smile playing on his lips. "You've come a long way, my old friend." Alaric's voice resonated in the chamber, dripping with arrogance. "But do you really think you can stop me?" Galen's response was unwavering. "We have no choice, Alaric. This tyranny ends here and now." The legacy of their friendship was tainted by the regime's oppression, and Galen was determined to restore honor to their homeland, no matter the cost. The chamber was a battleground of unparalleled intensity. Sir Galen, clad in his bio-nanotechnological armor, confronted Alaric, his old friend turned oppressor. Objects levitated and hurled themselves at Galen, but his nanosuit adapted with fluid grace, forming a protective barrier. Alaric's voice resounded through the chaos, his tone dripping with arrogance. "You can't defeat me, Galen. My cognitive enhancements give me unparalleled control." Galen's response was unwavering, his voice filled with determination. "I have something you don't, Alaric, the strength of purpose." Amidst the tumult, Kael, the skilled archer, positioned himself strategically. His nanosuit-enhanced bow released arrows with incredible precision. Each shot found its mark, guided by Lady Elysia's resonance technology. The clash between Galen and Alaric reached a fever pitch. They were locked in a relentless struggle, their minds and nanosuits pushing the boundaries of their capabilities. Alaric's attempt to immobilize Galen through the manipulation of the nanosuit's servos was met with Galen's indomitable willpower. As the battle raged on, Galen's realization struck like lightning. Victory seemed impossible without a drastic measure. With a heavy heart, he activated the nanosuit's self-destruct sequence. It triggered a chain reaction that would consume both him and Alaric. The fortress trembled, and a blinding light enveloped them. The outcome hung in the balance, a moment of sacrifice that would determine the fate of their homeland. Amidst the smoldering rubble of the fortress, Galen's companions searched frantically for any sign of their leader. Kael's voice trembled with grief as he called out, "Galen! Can anyone hear me?" Kael, his eyes filled with sorrow, discovered a shattered piece of Galen's nanosuit. Holding it in his hands, he whispered, "He did it, didn't he? He sacrificed himself to end this tyranny." The news of Galen's selfless act began to spread among the survivors. Whispers of his heroism echoed through the crowd, sparking a newfound determination among the people. Kael, though mourning the loss of his dear friend, stepped into a leadership role. His voice rang out with a resolute tone. "We must honor Galen's sacrifice by rebuilding our homeland and ensuring that the mistakes of the past are never repeated." As the dust settled, the people came together, their spirits renewed by Galen's legacy. They began the arduous task of clearing the wreckage and rebuilding their society, forging a path toward a brighter future. Kael joined the efforts, his bow now a symbol of hope rather than despair. He spoke to a group of survivors. "Galen showed us that one person's sacrifice can change the course of history. Let's make sure his sacrifice was not in vain." As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the people's determination remained unwavering. They knew that Galen's legacy would live on, not only in their hearts but in the thriving free land they were building together. Moral of the story: Sometimes hard ways and sacrifice is the only answer.